The other night I had a dream. I had a dream. I got into a fight with this Scottish person, and he beat me up. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't beat me up with his fists. He beat me up doing the river dance. You know what I'm saying? he beat me up doing he was stomping on my head doing the river dance. Let me take you back in time. I want to be a comedian one day, so I just wanted to share that joke to see if I get any laughs. Alright, I want to take you back in time. First of all, there was news. Pokemon X and Y was announced. As a true Pokemon fan, I was ecstatic. I was energized. I was pumped up. It was, I can't wait till October. You know what I'm saying? 2013. You know what I'm saying? But let me get to my story. Let me take you back in time, yo. When I was a kid, I received a Game Boy. This regular Game Boy, it was big, it was clunky, it was a big brick. You know, it was a big fat brick compared to the technology we have, these paper thin things that we have today. It was a big brick, and the screen was green. You know what I'm saying? Back then you had to put 4 batteries into the back. You know what I'm saying? Instead of charging it into the wall, you put 4 batteries into the back. I'm gonna get to the point now. Listen to my story. 4 batteries in the back, and like you can only play the game in direct sunlight. You know what I'm saying? It was direct sunlight, so you were sitting there playing. I remember one time I was playing Super Mario or something. You know what I'm saying? And I was playing, and it was starting to get dark, and my parents were in the store. Me and my sister was in the car. Somebody else there was a little older as an adult figure, whatever. You don't care about that. I just want to paint the picture for you. I'm gonna take you back in time. And they were in the store, and I was playing, and I remember the lights, it was getting dark, and I was like, oh, Steph, I can't see. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? What's going on here? You know, it's getting a little dark. I can't see. It was like I Am Legend. You know what I'm saying? Like, mom and daddy to hurry up and get up out the store so I can get to the crib and finish where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I need to finish this because I can't see. It was getting dark. It was getting scary. I just painted the picture for you. Now you can, just by me telling you that, already has created an inconvenience compared to what you kids have today. Today you have the HD thing, you got that thing right in your face. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at it. Now it's even coming at you. Now it's in 3D and the things are just flying at you. You're like, whoa! You know? Let me get focused. Now, about a year or a couple years later, a year or two later, to be correct, I don't know, I never had one, but I remember I was a big Sega fan back in the day. I was a kid. And Sega came out with the Game Gear. Remember that? Remember that? No, you don't remember that. Sega came out with the Game Gear, right? Game Gear was a little bit more accessible. It was more of the traditional rectangular type view, and it was full on color. It was giving you the graphics of the Sega Genesis at that time. Game Boy was giving you graphics at the say as an old Zelda, you know, like old Nintendo, even older and cornier than that. And the Game Gear was giving you graphics in the comparison to the Sega Genesis. You had Sonic the Hedgehog on there, that's all I can really remember. And I remember I wanted the Game Gear bad, but I couldn't because I had to get the Game Boy. I got the Game Boy, and I couldn't come to my parents and be like, I want the Game Gear now. I could have, but I think at that time I just was like, let me finish. As a kid, my boy, I can't remember, he had money though. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you had one of those friends who had money. I was spoiled too. I'm not saying we had money, but I was spoiled. You know what I'm saying? I was spoiled. Listen, I was spoiled, okay? To this day, whatever. Anyway, let me get to my point now. I got you here. The Game Gear had HD graphics. It was amazing. It was ahead of its time. It was. I would like to have it today. You know, it was so awesome. And then this is what made me not want the Game Gear anymore. That was when Pokemon was released. Pokemon Red and Blue. Well, you can get the Charizard, or you can get the Bulbasaur. You know, Pokemon hit the States, and it was like it was something that I've never experienced in my life. You know, the games I was playing on my Game Boy weren't fun. You know, they were just there. If I were to go back, if I would look for those games I was playing back then, I wouldn't want them, but I would want Pokemon Red and Blue. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I got my copy of Red because, you know what I'm saying, I think this was before the cartoon came out, but I was like, yo, I want this little red mother sucker on here. You look kind of crazy hot. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this red. I don't want a turtle. I want this dragon that's spitting out flames. I don't want a turtle with missiles on. You know, that's mad corny. Let me get the dragon spitting out the flames flying in the air. Let me get that mother sucker. You know what I'm saying? And after that, the Game Gear just disappeared. It whittled away. It was bye-bye Game Gear. You know, the Game Gear instantly died off. Instantly. As soon as that Pokemon hit the States, the Game Gear, or whatever it was called, was bye-bye. HD graphics, Sega Genesis quality. You had the color on screen. If it went dark outside, it didn't matter. You could still keep on playing. And all the bells and whistles. But when that Pokemon hit, it was goodbye Game Gear. Hello, Pokemon Red. You know what I'm saying? Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours putting onto that Pokemon. I swear I was level grinding my butt up. I wanted to get my team right. I wanted to get all that right. But I'm getting off point. The point I'm trying to make here today is, for all of us who have purchased the PlayStation Vita, the PlayStation Vita is going the same way as the Game Gear. With all of you can put in the comment section everything that the PlayStation Vita has, how much it has the quality of a PlayStation 3 game. It has this, it has touchscreens, it has this, that, and the third, HD, Netflix, YouTube, you know, all those beautiful things. But when Pokemon hits, bye-bye, you know, that's it. The PlayStation Vita is dead. I am saying it right now. I predicted I predicted the death of the first Xbox. I predicted the death of the PlayStation 3. I predicted the rise of the Xbox 360. Now I'm predicting the death. I didn't predict the death of the Sega Dreamcast. I was sad when the Dreamcast died. I didn't want to believe it. You know, like, what? All these great games. I was hurt when the Dreamcast died. I was hurt when the Dreamcast died. One more time. I was hurt when the Dreamcast died. Listen, first of all, I am trying to say, as soon as that Pokemon hits, this isn't just regular Pokemon, people. This is the Pokemon we've been asking for. Me personally, I had fun with the 2D sprites. I'm not saying the 3D sprites and the HD graphics and the 3D and I mean, the trailer showed Mother Flipper done did a hydro bump on Dratini. You know what I mean? Bop! You know what I'm saying? A bop cat. I could have sworn that there was mouth, teeth physics, pow, coming right after Dratini. Hydro pump, pow. Dratini got hit. Dratini, it wasn't like, you know? It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't one of those. No. Dratini got pow, hit, boom. Dratini had to catch his bounce. Hydro pump, Mother Flipper. I was like, God dang. Dang. God, when I seen that, I lost it. I said, oh, snit out, yo. They doing it like, they're actually putting water coming out of the mouth. Boom, bam, hit. Dratini's moving. You don't understand how big that is. You gotta understand, we've been looking at the flat screens for life, and it's been the most amazing thing in the world. Now you're taking a Pokemon addict and you're giving him the graphics of a Dragon Quest X or a Dragon Quest 7 or even more than that. And you're giving the full-on physics, you're giving the movements. My chump can probably be wrestling with a mother sucker now. My chump is gonna be up in there, you know what I mean? Grab the testicles, baby. Grab the testicles, mother sucker. You know what I'm saying? This Pokemon announcement has officially killed off the Vita. Listen, what does the Vita have to offer you in the future? What does it have to offer you now? But you just said that Persona 4 Golden is flipping Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Game Gear was amazing. Guess what? Give the same amount of distance from the Game Gear to now. Give the PS Vita that same time limit and watch years to come. And we're going to be thinking, what game did they have? A PlayStation 2 port? Persona Golden? Amazing game. But I'm tell you, when that Pokemon hits, that's it. That's it. As a matter of fact, that's it now. Just the news alone, that's it now. This is something that the Pokemon fans have been clamoring for. This is something for the Pokemon haters been clamoring for. Clamoring. I said Kramer. Kramer's off of Seinfeld. Kramer was the same guy who was doing jokes. He said racist jokes. He started calling the black people in the crowd the N-words. That's Kramer. Kramering. That's it, PS Vita. Hey, hate all you want. PlayStation 3 fans, PS Vita fans. Hate all you want. That's it. I've seen this before. I'm not old, but I've seen it already. I've seen this before. It's going to happen. That's what Pokemon does. Come October, whenever, the 2000, you know, that's it. There's no need for you to have a PlayStation Vita in your possession at all. You might as well trade it in and get a get a 3DS right now. They are offering you Dragon Quest 6, Shin Megami Tensei, Shin Megami Tensei 4 is coming to that bad boy. Monster Hunter. I mean, there's no Monster Hunter coming to the Vita. I mean, come on. That's it, yo. Monkey, I predicted it to die. I predicted all of them. I predicted the rise and fall of all of them, and I'm telling you that is it for the Vita. The Vita is going out the same way as the Game Gear. www.coolnerds. He was riveting on me.